Hello dear students, this is me Bharti Kharat. Today we are going to study a very interesting and easy topic, that is Pythagoras theorem. You have also studied earlier about Pythagoras theorem, and today we are going to study this chapter based on it. If you see the previous syllabus of standard 10th, we had Pythagoras theorem and similarity of triangles together in one chapter, but in this new syllabus they have given these two chapters separately. Now Pythagoras theorem. If you go in your previous knowledge, or if you think previously, what was Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem is, in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of remaining sides. Okay, now for your understanding, I have drawn a diagram over here. Okay, now triangle ABC is a right angle triangle, and you can see angle B is 90 degree. As per the Pythagoras theorem, in a right angle triangle, the square of hypotenuse. Now you can see this is angle B. Angle B is 90 degree. So side opposite to 90 degree is your hypotenuse. That means AC is your hypotenuse. Okay. Now that means h square is equal to the sum of the squares of remaining sides, means h square, that is hypotenuse square, is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay, AB square plus BC square. Okay, now in the previous textbook, in the textbook of old syllabus, this was written as length AC square, that is hypotenuse, is equal to length AB square plus length BC square. Okay, but in this new textbook, as per the new textbook, it can be also written as AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay, so before going to another point, I will repeat the statement once again. In a right angle triangle, the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of remaining sides. Sum of the square of remaining sides. So I hope so it is clear to all. Now let us move on towards another point, that is Pythagorean triplet. Now you have studied this last year, or you might have heard what is Pythagorean triplet. Now triplet means pair of three numbers. Okay, triplet means pair of three numbers. You can also call it as a group of three numbers. Okay, now in mathematical language, what is triplet? Okay, the group of three numbers is called a triplet. Okay, in a triplet, if the square of the largest number is equal to the sum of the square of remaining two numbers, then the given triplet is called as Pythagorean triplet. Let's see. Now see children, I told you what is triplet. Triplet is a group of three numbers, or you can also call it as a pair of three numbers. Okay, so in a triplet, three numbers are given to you all. These numbers are such a way that the square of the bigger number or the largest number is equal to the square of remaining two numbers, is equal to the square of the sum of the remaining two numbers. Let's see one example. If we take number 3, 4 and 5. So which is the bigger one? So 5 is greater than 3 and 4. Okay, 5 is the greater. So what we'll do? We'll square 5. Therefore 5 square is equal to 25. We'll name it as equation 1. Okay, now therefore now we have to square 3 square plus 4 square is equal to how much? 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. That is how much? 25. Okay, that means 3 square plus 4 square is 25. We'll name it as equation 2. Okay, now from equation 1 and 2, okay, you come to know that 5 square is equal to 3 square plus 4 square. Okay, that means 5 square is equal to 3 square plus 4 square. Okay, the numbers which follow this system, they are called as Pythagorean triplets. Okay, the numbers which follow this rule or this system, they are called as Pythagorean triplets. Usually following pairs of numbers are used: 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 5, 12, 13, 40, 9, 4, 25, 7, 24. Okay, these numbers are given as the example of triplets. Now, let us study the formula for Pythagorean triplet or how these triplets are selected. Now for this, let us consider A and B are natural numbers. Okay, A and B are natural numbers. Now here A is greater than B. Okay, now if we consider A square plus B square, A square minus B square and 2AB. Okay, we'll see whether it follows the system of Pythagorean triplet or not. Now first of all, what we'll do, we'll square all these numbers. Now A square plus B square bracket square is equal to A raised to 4 plus 2A square B square plus B raised to 4. Okay, after that A square minus B square square, that is A raised to 4 minus 2A square B square plus B raised to 4, and 2AB square is equal to 4A square B square. Now let us see whether it follows the Pythagorean triplet or not. So we'll take first number, that is A square B square, A square B square square. Okay, is equal to A square minus B square square plus 2AB square. Okay, now we'll just put the values over here. Now A square minus B square bracket square, it can be splitted up as A raised to 4 minus 2A square B square plus B raised to 4, and 2AB bracket square is equal to plus 4A square B square. Okay, now if you see, A raised to 4 minus 2A square B square plus 4A square B square is plus 2A square B square and plus B raised to 4. Okay, that is your A square plus B square bracket square. Now if you see, if you compare this two, if you compare this one, A raised to 4 plus 2A square B square plus B raised to 4. Okay, so whatever the numbers are given to find the triplets, they follow this rule. Okay, now for example, if you consider 2 is greater than 1 and consider that A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 1, we'll put the values in this. Okay, A square plus B square, A square minus B square and 2AB. Okay, now we have considered A as 2, so 2 square plus 1 square, 2 square is 4, 4 plus 1, that is 5. Okay, now 2 square minus 1 square, 4 minus 1, that is 3, and B square, that is 2 multiplied by 2 into 1, that is 4 multiplied by 1, that is 4. Okay, now if you square these numbers, if you square this number, that is 5 square is equal to 3 square plus 4 square, that is 25 is equal to 9 plus 16, that is 25 is equal to 25. Okay, so these numbers, they follow the Pythagorean triplet. Now on page number 31, they have given 30, 60, 90 theorem. Okay. In short, they have given in 30, 60, 90 triangle, the side opposite to 30-degree angle is half of the hypotenuse, and the side opposite to 60-degree angle is √3 upon 2 times of the hypotenuse. Okay. Now children, if you see the side opposite to 30 degrees, okay, side opposite to 30 degrees. So which side is opposite to 30 degrees? That is QR. Okay, that is QR. Therefore you can say that QR is equal to 1 upon 2 of hypotenuse. Okay, therefore you can say QR is equal to half multiplied by what is hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is PR. Okay, now side opposite to 60 degree is, now which side is opposite to 60 degree? That is PQ. PQ is opposite to 60 degree. That means you can say PQ is equal to √3 upon 2 into hypotenuse. That means PQ is equal to √3 upon 2 into PR. Now suppose PR is 10. Okay, we'll consider PR as 10. Okay, if PR is 10, then QR is equal to half of PR. Therefore QR is equal to half multiplied by 10. So 2 ones are 2, 5s are. Therefore QR is equal to 5. Similarly you can find PQ. Okay, therefore PQ is equal to √3 upon 2 multiplied by PR. So what is the value of PR? That is 10. √3 upon 2 multiplied by 10. Therefore 2 ones are 2, 5s are. So your answer is 5 √3. Now if you square it, 5 square plus 5 under √3 square, that is how much? 5 square is 25, again plus 5 square is 25 multiplied by √3 square is 3. So 25 plus 75, that is 100. So what is 100? What is 100? It is square of 10. Okay. Now let us see 45, 45, 90 triangle. Okay. In 45, 45, 90 triangle, the side opposite to each acute angle is 1 upon √2 times of hypotenuse. Okay. Now the side opposite, now this 45 degree angle A, that is opposite to BC. Okay. Now in this diagram you can see angle A is 45 degree, angle C is 45 degree. Okay. Now side opposite to angle C. Okay. Therefore side opposite to angle C is, side opposite to angle C is AB. Okay. Therefore AB is equal to 1 upon √2 into hypotenuse. That means you can say AB is equal to 1 upon √2, and what is hypotenuse? That is AC. Okay, hypotenuse is AC. Therefore side opposite to angle A. Now you can see angle A is also 45 degree. So side opposite to angle A is BC. Okay. Therefore you can say that BC is equal to 1 upon √2 into hypotenuse. Okay, therefore you can say BC is equal to 1 upon root 2 multiplied by AC. Okay, I hope so it is clear till here. I'll repeat it once again. The side opposite to 45 degree or side opposite to the acute angles of a right angle triangle is equal to 1 upon root 2 of the hypotenuse. Similarly, in 30, 60, 90, you can say that the side opposite to 30 degree is equal to half of hypotenuse, whereas the side opposite to 60 degree is equal to root 3 upon 2 into hypotenuse. Now an activity is given to you all. Now in this activity, two congruent triangles are given. Okay, two congruent right angle triangles are given. They are named as ABC. One second. ABP and CDP. Okay, these are two right angle triangles. Okay, one more triangle is taken, that is triangle APD. Okay, and this triangle is formed by joining the hypotenuse of both the triangles. Okay, now by equating the area of the trapezium with the sum of the areas of three right angle triangle, we can prove the Pythagoras theorem over here. Okay, so what we are given? We are given two right angle triangles. Okay, now we have to take another triangle, that will be isosceles triangle, whose congruent sides, now you can see these sides, whose congruent sides are equal to the hypotenuse of the first two triangles. Okay, now what we have to do? We have to find the area of the trapezium, and as we find the area of the trapezium, we can prove the theorem of Pythagoras. Now see, area of trapezium is equal to sum of the areas of all three sides of three triangles. Sum of the areas of all three triangles okay, sum of the areas of three triangles. Therefore area of trapezium is half into sum of parallel sides. Okay, area of trapezium is what? Half into sum of the parallel sides. That is equal to, now what is the sum of the areas of three triangles? That is area of triangle 1 plus area of triangle 2 plus area of triangle 3. Okay, now if you see, half into the sum of the parallel sides. Now what is the sum of the parallel side? Half into x plus y into x plus y. That is equal to how much? Area of triangle. Now which triangle is first? ABP. Okay, ABP plus area of second triangle is what? CDP. Okay, CDP. And area of third triangle, which is third triangle? APD. Okay, APD. Now half into x plus y square is equal to, now area of triangle is how much? Half into base into height, but instead of writing the formula over here, I am directly putting the values. Now half into base. Now what is base? That is y and height is x. Okay, now half area of triangle of CDP, half into x is the base and y is the height, plus area of triangle APD. APD is what? Z into Z. Okay, therefore half into x square plus 2xy plus y square is equal to how much? is equal to, now xy plus half into z square. As you know, I've written here directly xy. Now xy plus xy, now this xy plus xy, that is equal to 2xy. Now this 2 will get cancelled, so we'll have simply xy. Okay, therefore x square upon 2 plus y square upon 2 plus xy. Now as 2 will get cancelled, so only xy is equal to xy plus half into z square. Now x square plus y square upon 2 is equal to, now this xy will get cancelled, is equal to half into z square. Therefore now again this x square plus y square upon 2 is equal to z square upon 2. Now this 2 will get cancelled and you will get x square plus y square is equal to z square, or you can also write it as z square is equal to x square plus y square. Okay, hence from this you come to know that hypotenuse side square is equal to the sum of the square of remaining two sides. Here your Pythagoras theorem is proved. Now on page number 33 they have given the first theorem of this topic. Okay, the theorem is, in a right angle triangle, if the altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse, then the two triangles formed are similar to the original triangle and they are similar to each other. Now you can see here BD. Okay, sec BD is the altitude drawn to the hypotenuse AC. Okay, and what you have to prove? You have to prove that triangle ADB is similar to triangle ABC. Triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC, and triangle ADB is similar to triangle BDC. Okay, you have to prove that both both triangles, they are similar to ABC, and also you have to prove that these both triangles, they are also similar. Okay, now let us write down what is given. Okay, given. Now in triangle ABC, you can see angle B. Angle B is 90 degrees. Okay, and you can see BD is perpendicular to AC. Okay, as if A dash D dash C. Okay, now to prove, so what you have to prove? Triangle ADB is similar to triangle ABC. Similarly, you have to prove that triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC, and you have to also prove that triangle ADB is similar to triangle BDC. Okay, now let us move on towards proof. Now first we'll consider triangle ADB and triangle ABC. Okay, in triangle ADB and triangle ABC. Okay, so I have drawn this triangle separately for your understanding. Okay, ADB and ABC. So in triangle ABC, if you see angle ADB, okay, angle ADB is congruent to angle ABC. Angle ABC. These both angles are of 90 degree. Both are 90 degree. Okay. Now if you see, in both the triangles you find angle A is common. That means you can write down angle A is congruent to angle A. That is common angle. Okay. Common angle. Now by AA test of similarity, by AA test of similarity, by AA test of similarity, you come to know that triangle ADB is similar to triangle ABC. Okay, give it as equation 1. Now let us consider triangle BDC and triangle ABC. See, I have drawn this triangle here, triangle BDC, and you know that D is 90 degree. Now in triangle BDC, this triangle BDC, I have drawn it here for your imagination, BDC and triangle ABC, you find that angle BDC is congruent to angle ABC. Okay, as this both are 90 degree, both are 90 degrees. Okay, after that you find angle C. Angle C is common in BDC as well as in ABC. That means angle C is congruent to angle C. That is the common angle. Okay, common angle. And therefore by AA test of similarity, you can say that triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC. Okay, this you can give as equation 2. Now from equation 1 and 2, now in equation 1 triangle ADB is congruent to triangle ABC, and in equation 2 that is triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC. Now from equation 1 and 2 you also come to know that triangle ADB is similar to triangle BDC. Okay, now let us move on towards the next theorem, that is geometric mean. Now children, what is geometric mean? In your previous class you have studied, if A is to B is to C is given, then how you write it? You write it as A upon B is equal to B upon C. Okay, now therefore B square, you multiply this, B square is equal to A into C. That means B square is equal to AC, and you say that B is the geometric mean of AC. Same thing you are going to study for the right angle triangle in geometric mean. Now in a right angle triangle, the altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse is the geometric mean of segment into which the hypotenuse is divided. Now see, what you can see, QS is the altitude drawn on the hypotenuse RP. Okay, and you have to prove that QS square, that is altitude square, is equal to RS into SP. Okay, you have to prove that this altitude square, that is QS square, is equal to RS square into SP square. Okay, so we'll write down what is given. Now what is given to you all? Triangle PQR is a right angle triangle. Triangle PQR is a right angle triangle. Okay, QS is given perpendicular to PR, and measurement of angle PQR is 90 degrees. Okay, now what you have to prove is QS square is equal to PS into SR. Okay, if you write SP or PS, SR or RS, it is one and the same thing. So you have to prove that QS square is equal to PS into SR. Now let us consider In the last theorem you have studied, when the altitude divides, or when the, see here, you have studied that in a right angle triangle, if the altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse, then the two triangles formed are similar to each other. Now you can see here, when we draw an altitude to the hypotenuse, that is RP, then the triangle formed, that is RQS, is similar to QSP. Okay, so I'll write it down here. Triangle QSR is similar to triangle PSQ. Okay, I've drawn them separately over here. Okay, now by the similar, or you can write down here, by the similarity of right triangles. Okay, when two triangles are similar, that means their sides are in proportion. Therefore you can write down as, therefore QS, here QS upon PS, QS upon PS is equal to RS upon QS. Okay, now if you cross multiply these sides, you will get QS square is equal to PS into RS, and here it is proved. Now let us move on to the very important theorem of this chapter. Okay, that is, in a right angle triangle, the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of remaining two sides. Okay, what we have to prove? We have to prove that the square of the hypotenuse, that is AC square, is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay, we'll write down the given things. Triangle ABC is a right angle triangle. Okay, is a right angled triangle. Okay, here you can see angle B is 90 degrees. Okay, now we have to prove that hypotenuse square, that is AC square, is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay, now construction. Now you can see this altitude BD, this is a part of construction. Okay, draw a perpendicular on AC from B. Therefore you can say that BD is perpendicular to AC. Now let us move on towards the proof. For your understanding, I have drawn these two triangles once again over here, that is ADB, as this D is 90 degree, and BDC, again this D is of 90 degree. Okay, now in a right angle triangle, triangle ABC. Okay, what is given? BD is perpendicular to AC. BD is perpendicular to AC. Therefore, triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADB, is also similar to triangle BDC. Okay, as we have proved in the earlier theorem. That means when an altitude divides the hypotenuse, then the original triangle is similar to the triangles, to both the triangles which are formed. Okay, therefore let us consider first. Therefore we'll consider triangle ABC is similar to triangle ADB. Okay, ABC is similar to ADB. Okay, now when the two triangles are similar, that means their sides are in proportion. Now first we will take AB upon AD. AB upon AD is equal to BC upon DB is equal to AC upon AB. Okay, now children, you can see AB is in the numerator as well as AB is in the denominator. So we'll consider this pair and this pair. As we do cross multiplication, that time we'll get AB square. So we'll consider these two pairs. Therefore, AB upon AD is equal to AC upon AB. Okay, then what you get? AB square. Therefore, AB square is equal to AC into AD. That you will name it as equation 1. Now we'll consider triangle ABC is similar to triangle BDC. Okay, BDC. Now as these are similar, their sides are also in proportion. Therefore we'll take AB upon BD is equal to BC upon DC is equal to AC upon BC. Now you can see here BC is in the numerator as well as denominator. So we consider these two pairs. Okay, BC upon DC is equal to AC upon BC. Okay, now doing cross multiplication, BC square is equal to AC into DC. This is your equation 2. Okay, now by adding 1 and 2, okay, by adding equation 1 and 2, now AB square plus BC square is equal to AC into AD plus AC into DC. Now you can see AC and AC is common, therefore we'll take it out as common. AC in bracket you have to write AD plus DC. Okay, AD plus DC. And now children, what is AD plus DC? AD plus DC is AC is equal to AC into AC. Therefore you can write down here AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. Okay, or you can also write it down as AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, one and the same thing. Okay, now we'll move on towards the last theorem of this session, that is in a triangle, if the square of one side is equal to the sum of the squares of the remaining two sides, then the triangle is a right angled triangle. Okay, now children, what we have to prove is that angle ABC is 90 degree. Okay, ABC is 90 degree. Okay, now children, let us write down the given things. Now what is given? In triangle ABC, now in triangle ABC, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. AB square plus BC square. Why this is? This is in a triangle, if the square of one side is equal to the sum of the squares of remaining two sides, it is given thing, that is in triangle ABC, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. It is given. Okay, then what we have to prove is, that then the triangle is a right angle triangle. Okay, angle ABC is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, now children, if you see this triangle PQR, this is a part of construction. Okay, so we'll write it down. Draw triangle PQR such that PQ is equal to AB, QR you can see here QR is equal to BC and angle PQR is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, now here two sides of both the triangles are equal, and then we can show that both the triangles are congruent. Okay, and we have constructed this triangle such a way that we can show that the two sides of the triangles are congruent, and then we can prove that the triangles are congruent. Now in proof we can write down triangle PQR is a right angle triangle, okay. Therefore PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square. Okay, now PR square is equal to, now you can see PQ is equal to AB, so I can write down here AB square, plus QR is equal to BC, so we can write down here BC square. Okay, here write down by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, now PR square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay, then PR square is equal to AC square. How? You very well know that AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. Okay, AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. So in place of AB square plus BC square we have directly written as AC square. Therefore PR is equal to AC. PR is equal to AC. In triangle ABC and triangle PQR, okay, now we'll consider in triangle ABC and triangle PQR, you know that AB is congruent to PQ. AB is congruent to PQ. Secondly, you know that BC is congruent to QR. BC is congruent to QR. And you also know that AC is congruent to PR. AC is congruent to PR. Okay, now you can see all the three sides are congruent. Therefore, by SSS test of similarity, you can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Therefore, angle Q is equal to angle B is equal to 90 degrees. Therefore, you can write down that angle ABC is equal to 90 degrees. Okay.